Hello, everybody. Not neither one. You know, in my 30 years of emergency medicine, most of it in Hilo, it was so apparent to me that it's far more cost-effective and clearly kinder to prevent tragedies in people's lives than to deal with the consequences later on. And in all my years of working with Jake Tamura and Charlene Eboshi, I was very impressed with this prosecutor's office way back before Mitch came. Then when Mitch came 14 or 15 years ago, he just took off taking care of the community safety issues. Mitch has done a phenomenal job. You know, from Jay and Charlene and everybody, and now Mitch, over these past 15 years, the whole idea of prevention in a prosecutor's office, in my opinion, as an ER doc all those years, it's just a terrific way to deal with communities and community safety. I've been on many committees and working groups with Mitch, dealing with DUI issues, domestic violence, and motor vehicle crash reduction, and so on. And I can personally attest to his diligent work to enhance the safety and the health of our communities. I heartily endorse Mitch for this position, and it is my great privilege right now to introduce to you the next prosecutor, Mitch Roth.
This is my better half, Enrico. Take my speech away? First of all, I just want to thank all of you for coming, and wow, look around. I mean, Mark Yamanaka, 4 times. Wow. And we got more entertainment coming tonight that will blow your socks off. I mean, just kind of amazing. I look around at all your faces, and I'm just awestruck. It's kind of funny. I'm hearing things coming back to me now from different people saying, well, your problem is you're too nice to be a prosecutor. And, well, you know, if nice is about working with people, building relationships with the police department, with the hospital, with fire department, with our schools, to keep people out of prisons, I'll take that. I'd much rather keep people out of prison than out of prison. But that doesn't mean that I'm soft on crime. I have to let you know that I'm probably one of the most aggressive prosecutors that we have when it comes to charging cases. If you look at our negligent homicide cases, generally they're taking us about a year to charge. We have 2 cases that I've been involved with just recently where we charged at the time of the incident. We just had one of those convictions that took us from time of charge till sentencing 7 months. Wow. And the person went to prison. I have several cases where people I've actually put in for consecutive terms. So I can be tough on crimes. The question is, sending the right people to prison. Every time we put someone in prison, we kick someone out. And right now, you know that the governor is bringing people back from the mainland, and so we're going to start kicking people out from the get-go. So we do need to put people away, but we also need to think smarter. If your only tool is a hammer, all of your problems are nails. And so we need to think about ways of keeping people out of our jails, but also thinking of ways for consequences. We need to have consequences for crimes. Some of the things I'm looking at is we just have a new bill that went into effect, the ignition interlock. That is an in-car breathalyzer. I was very fortunate to sit on the task force to help get this bill started. This last year, our first year, we had over 4,000 prevented alcohol starts. That means people who had alcohol in their system because they've been convicted had an in-car breathalyzer. They blew into the breathalyzer, their car did not start. We lose way too many people on our highways because of drunk driving things. So we need to be tough, we need to be smart, we need to look at different ways of solving our problems. We have a lot of problems. I see Chris and Freddie back there. I'll tell you, I've been dealing a lot with the farmers. Our farms, a lot of people don't realize that we be self-sustainable. We need our farmers. And our farmers have been getting hit. We're working on some new things with our farmers to get rid of ag theft. Domestic violence. Today is International Women's Day. Domestic violence is a scourge in our community. Our island has the highest rates of domestic violence the last time they did the checks. And what does that mean? Well, kids that come from homes of domestic violence, 6 times more likely to commit suicide than kids that don't come from homes of domestic violence. 24 times more likely to be involved with sexual assault than kids that don't come from homes of domestic violence. By the way, our island ranked highest in those categories last time we checked. 60 times more likely to be involved with drugs and other kind of crimes. And 100 times more likely to be involved with domestic violence. Now, taking those stats, only 3% of kids coming from homes of domestic violence are likely to be part of those stats. But we need to be thinking smarter about those things, doing some education, working with our offenders, working with our courts. So, there's a whole bunch more I could talk about. I just wanted to give you a few things, but I think looking at all your faces, I'm just so happy to have you here. I'm happy to have you behind me. And I think we can do a lot better. And with your help, I think we will. So I know everybody's getting hungry, so I will cut it short. So thank you very, very much.